What is going on, everybody? This is Wings of Wax, and we are back with more Slay the Spire. So, last time we were able to defeat Ascension 4. And this time we're able to move on to Ascension 5 on the Ironclad. So, let's see what we can do. See what our whale bonuses are. Let's see. Remove a card, obtain a random common relic, take 24 damage to choose a rare card to obtain. I'm not going to make that mistake again. We're not going to click on deck. We're going to click on map. Alright. Can we afford to take 24 damage is basically what I'm thinking here. What's a good path to go down? We're not fighting the heart, so we don't actually have to go after these super elites. So, this is a pretty good one because we have a campfire before both of these, actually. These are both decent. Unfortunately, this campfire is in a separate lane than this elite here. But I do kind of like the fact that like this one has a campfire right after this elite. So we have the option of going to this campfire, or we could go up here to fight this elite if we're still at a reasonable life total. And we have a shop here. We have 3 combats. No, we have 2 combats if we go this way. I don't really want to fight 4 combats because this one's going to be a tough one for us. We're definitely going to take damage if we go to this one. So I'm thinking that maybe we go up this way. So can I afford to take 24 damage to get a rare card? I think the rare cards for Ironclad are actually really powerful. A lot of other classes, they're not as powerful. They are good, but I think the Ironclad takes advantage of its cards rather than its relics. So I'm thinking that we take the 24 damage here. Limit Break and Bludgeon. And Corruption. So I'm thinking Bludgeon's probably just the easy slam here. No pun intended. We don't really have anything that works well with the Limit Break. We could take it, but it would just be a dead card from here on out. And I think that Bludgeon is just going to be like a really powerful card to take out all these enemies early on. Especially elites and stuff like that. Let's try not to take damage if we can help it. Or at least too much. I want to be able to get a net positive for our Burning Blood. 32, eh? Unfortunately, no. We can't do that yet. Just try not to take any damage. This we still can't do. Oh god, we're not taking a net positive here. Yeah. So I guess we're just doing this. That's unfortunate. Yeah. And we kill you next turn. Assuming we get 2 strikes. We're probably going to get the bludgeon here. How much you want to bet? We did not, but we did not get a net positive either for our life total. That kind of sucks. I'm not sure if any of these is really worthwhile. Reckless Charge is fine. I wish this wasn't Anger, though. Anger is much more powerful than a Reckless Charge. I think we just pass here. We already have an upgraded card, too, that's, like, for combats, so... Sure, we'll lose another 11 HP. Why not, right? Why not? Why not? This is actually a bit unfortunate. I could use the potion, but I kind of want to save that potion for elites here. So I could take 4 or I could take 5. This is probably going to weaken us. Actually, I think he weakens us and he puts slimes into our deck, right? I think that's what this does. I forget. If it does weaken us, though, we definitely should take out this little slime. We're going to take 5 here. So we're getting a little risky. A little risky for the bisky. Ooh, True Grit Metallicize. I don't think we're taking Perfected Strike. We already have Bludgeon. Like, we don't need another Bludgeon effect. These are both really good. I think we take Metallicize, though. I like cards that generate a bunch of value over time. Do we upgrade a Bludgeon or a Bash here? I feel like Bludgeon's going to deal more damage than a Bash over the course of a game. So the vulnerability for the extra turn I don't think is really worth it. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, we have Insect. Okay, and we have the Red Skull, actually. They're both decent here. I don't think we need a duplication mirror, whatever it's called, Dolly's mirror, which duplicates a card in our deck. We don't need a second Bludgeon. So it comes down to like these two, and I think we take like an Iron Wave here. Since we don't have enough for a card removal service. Interesting. So is the 3 strength more beneficial to us than the elites having 25% less health? Because that's like 20 HP taken off of like every elite or more. This is actually kind of tough, to be honest with you. They're both really good. I think Red Skull is slightly better, though. I could be wrong. We'll take that for the block-ish. Let's go for an upgrade here. I actually think we upgrade Iron Wave to help us out a little bit more. Okay. Well. Yeah, this actually deals more damage. That's crazy. Alrighty, well, he's not going to be vulnerable next turn, so 42 damage. No, we're not going to be able to deal 42 damage. So we just have to pass here and take our 16. Is it worth it to actually use our potion here to just make sure he's dead? I think it is, because it saves us 16 health here. It just sucks to be able to use that and only deal 2 damage. Yeah, we'll take an anger. Why not? That seems really good to go with our bludgeons too. I think we want to metallicize, because that's just going to get us more and more value over the course of this. Yeah, 45. Shrug It Off seems like a decent choice. The other two are not even close right now. We get Pen Nib. That is really good for us, especially for a bludgeon. Holy crap. Yeah, we can afford to be aggressive here. Hopefully we draw the bludgeon next turn. That's what I'm really hoping for. I guess worst case, yeah, I was going to say worst case I could probably just use the potion, but 67. Immolate. Oh my god, another Immolate. We've been seeing so many of these lately. I can't complain. They're extremely useful. So Anger, Immolate, and Bash are the 3 cards that I'm looking at right now. Who's our boss? So we got Slime Boss. So dealing damage is going to be very beneficial. So it actually comes down to probably these 2 right now. I mean, like, Anger also is really good against these. I think we actually just go with the Immolate here. Bash is fine, but it's not that great right now. I mean, Pummel for the strength upgrade. I think we just remove a card, right? I think that's just removing a strike here. We don't really need anything. I wish we could have picked up this Clockwork Souvenir. This is very undervalued, I feel like, in the stores. For the artifact, like, that's really, really powerful. I think we just go for a card removal on a strike here. Because we're going to pick up more strike effects anyways. We already have picked up strike effects. Do we want to gamble it? I could go for just another upgrade here and potentially get another upgrade here. Wrong one. If we do double upgrades, it'd be Anger and Bash. It's probably better than getting a random relic here. This would give us like another card though, but I think upgrading. Let's go for the Anger, and then we're just going to do the Bash for the last one here. Removing a card from our deck for 7 HP. You got it. We can afford to do that. We have good potions for this fight coming up. So, let's make sure we go for the Bash. So we should be good, especially with this distilled chaos. Okay. Well, I don't see why we wouldn't just go for this. That deals the most amount of damage this turn. We want to deal as much damage as possible. Does this split him? I think it does, doesn't it? 42, you need to be at 70. That does split him. Do we want him to be split? If we do, should we, like, Distilled Chaos? Distilled Chaos would probably get, like... It's either a Bash or a Strike, potentially. Unfortunately, that splits him. I guess I should have gone for the Shrug It Off first, see what we got. I don't mind drawing these cards next turn. The Bludgeon would be like the best thing to be able to draw, but... So we have Pen Nib. This will deal 20. And this will split. Be 29. Because we don't have the Red Skull active yet. That technically would split, it's just not a very good split. I think we just like bash this turn and just go for like Metallicize. Just set that up. And we'll split them on the following turn. Fortunately, we want to split this one now, but that's okay. We don't have to split him this turn, actually. Let's just try to prevent as much damage as possible. I want to get a better split. Immolate is actually really helpful here. He's at 1. We need to go for a better split on him, but should we draw a card? We could draw Anger here. Okay. So far, so good. He's deal 11 because we have Red Skull active. That's crazy. It's a pretty good turn. We have 2 slimes left at 1 health. We're definitely coming through with this one, that's for sure. Awesome. Unfortunately, though, we could have like sacrificed some more health, so maybe we could have taken some more gambles. Reaper and Red Skull. You know what? I think we go for it. Immolate's not a bad choice, but ooh, I think we'll take Mark of Pain. Which kind of sucks because we didn't pick up that True Grit earlier, but I do think Metallicize is just a stronger card than True Grit. Just because it keeps generating you value over the course of the game. You spend 1 mana, and all it takes is 2 turns for it to get its value. Yeah, we definitely take Mark of Pain here. We're going to get 2 wounds in our deck at every combat, but I still think that's worthwhile. If we could pick up like a Battle Trance, then it'll definitely be worth it, but alright, where are we at? Who is our boss first? The champ. So we're going to need some single combat damage here and some decent block. Okay, it's good to know. Let's take a peek. This is 4 combats, then an elite, and then finally a campfire. This sounds like a death wish. No, thank you. I do like the fact that we could get to a campfire and elite up here. So like going this way might not be terrible. We also have a campfire right here. Okay, so this is an option, but we have 1, 2, 3. We still have 4 combats and an elite, or we have 4 combats and a campfire then an elite. So this is not a bad choice. We do have 1 elite that kind of scares me a little bit, but because we basically have 2 elite fights here without a rest in between. But that's still a reasonable choice. Let's take a peek at the other one. 166 gold to go to a store here. There isn't really much going on up here. There's not a lot of campfires. And this last one has a campfire and a super elite, and it's the same options going up top. So I think it's actually like this middle lane. Probably go up like this way. We want to hit this question mark. And then we get to choose, do we want to fight an elite like right after, or do we want to fight, get a campfire then elite? It's a little risky, but I think it's worthwhile. So we have the option of actually using our Blessing of the Forge here. Question is like, do we actually need it? Not really sure. Because we can just like triple block or just put up two defends, a shrug it off and a defend. Okay, that's actually much better for us. Let's go after the one that's going to be buffing himself. This is Pen Nib. Such a weak Pen Nib. Oh boy. He's buffing, so he's going to be doing extra damage this turn, so that's the reason why I went after him. Man, this is unfortunate. We're going to take some hits here. Okay. Do we Distilled Chaos? We're going to be having, what, 8 block? It's going to be 7, so 13 damage incoming. I don't think it's time to pull off the Distilled. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just take our beats here, unfortunately. Do we have Immolate for this turn? Immolate, Iron Wave, and Defend. This does get rid of at least 12 damage off the board here. And actually, we can technically take this one out of the sky, so why don't we do that? Perfect. That's like exactly what we're hoping to do there, so just take no damage. How much? 21, so that'll kill you. And then we can kill you. Awesome. That worked out. We ain't clapping cheeks. Blood for Blood's fine. Wild Strike, also fine. Not really sure we need any of these, to be honest. We already have, like, enough damage. We're actually looking for more, like, some defensive options. Blood for Blood's probably the only card that I'm, like, considering because we don't really have a lot of block yet. Metallicize definitely does help in that aspect, as well as the Iron Wave. I think we just pass here. I don't think Blood for Blood's really worth it for right now. If we had, like, less block, then I think I would take it, but... Interesting. Do we just bash, shrug it off, and defend? I think so. We also have the Reaper. I gotta keep that in mind, because that's actually very useful. It is very, very useful. Let's make sure we take no damage here. We do a Metallicize. Unfortunately, we're not really doing much this turn. We have Pen-Nib active. We have Immolate for Pen-Nib. Sure. Clothesline. It's probably better than Rage and Unperfected Strike for sure. Like, we're already getting rid of some strikes anyway, so this is, like, never going to be a choice for us. Rage is reasonable, though. It is a defensive card, but we only really get, like, 6 block out of this. I do like that we can be, like, offensive whenever we play this card, but I think Clothesline would be the other choice that we should be looking at here, which we already have 3 2 manas, 1 3 mana. I think weak against, like, even the champ, too, is also pretty good, so let's go for it. So, do we have a store coming up? I thought I saw we did. No, we skipped over that. That was the early store there. I don't think we take this then. Too much risk. Too much risk. I gotta slow it down with the risk. This is about the best we can do for this turn. We do a Metallicize. So we're probably going to use the block potion here, I would imagine. Yeah. We kind of like have to. It's either to use Blessing of the Forge, which is also not a terrible choice. I could use both, but I feel like only using one right now would be reasonable. And obviously strikes are better than going for a Reaper right now. This does save us more HP right now, though. So why don't we go for that? Since we're getting pretty close to being able to just kill him with, like, a bludgeon. Awesome. Flame Barrier, easy pickup. Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining the club, buddy. Alright, they both attacking? Wow, they're both attacking. Alright. Well, it honestly comes down to, like, do we bash? Like, 100% I was going for the Metallicize, because we need that for, like, the remainder of this fight to be able to just soak up some extra damage. So do we bash an Iron Wave and just go after, like, the healer? Or do we go for just Iron Wave Defense Strike? It does save us a bit more HP to go for the Defend rather than the Bash, but the Bash does make it so we potentially could kill the healer on the following turn. I think that's worth setting up and trying to make it so that way we could kill that. Reaper is actually fantastic here. Unfortunately, we can't kill this, but it is pretty close. He's going to heal 16, right? Unfortunately, there's a lot of defend on you, but we got you. And we might as well go for this. All right. The Frail is worn off, so that's really good for us. We do a Flame Barrier and Immolate for this turn. Yeah, why don't we go for it? Not too shabby. We take 0 damage this turn. He also takes an additional 6. And then Bludgeon for the Ripperonis. Alrighty, Heart. The Heart of Iron is actually really good. It's going to be very good against the boss. Impervious is a clear pickup here. Blood for Blood costing 3 is also reasonable, but we already have plenty of damage cards. I do realize this can cost 0 mana, but Impervious blocking for 30 is just really powerful. You just nullify your opponent's your opponent's attack for 1 turn. Since we're at 89 HP, let's go for the fight right now. We're going to take some damage this turn, but I think I just go for like Bludgeon and Immolate here. There's no reason for us to waste an Impervious on this turn. We're going to get a better turn, I think, for Impervious. Hey, Flame Barrier. Might as well. Sure went for that first, see what we had for better options, but that was just like a pretty decent turn for us. I don't know if I really... Like, what do we have in here? Anger? Yeah, I guess it is worth it then. If we had Bludgeon or something in there, which I knew we already cast Bludgeon early on. See, that would have been fantastic to double. We're taking some beats this turn. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, double strike. Okay. Ball Lightning. Spot Weakness is a great pickup for us. We need something that scales, and this is the very first thing we could find that scales. And Ball Lightning is going to be a skill. Do we actually want a skill in our opening hand is the question. Probably Spot Weakness, right? I could see that. That's actually really good for our opening hand. Flame Barrier is also not a terrible choice, I feel like, too, but I think Spot Weakness will be active more frequently than we think. Like, this is a really bad display of that, but yeah, that was a pretty poor turn for us. We had all the defensive cards in our opening hand there. Let's go for a Shrug It Off and see where that leads us. Flame Barrier is actually really good for us, and we have Clothesline for this guy. So that we just take 0 damage. We would have taken 0 regardless, but Immolate is pretty good here. We'll just try to prevent as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, we're frailed because of this guy, the Spheric Guardian. This is Pen Nib. I didn't even realize we had Pen Nib, and then I looked down at our stats and I'm like, I see the pen. Wait a minute. Explosive Potion's probably better than a Blessing of the Forge. Definitely don't need a Thunderclap. Ghostly Armor is something to consider. We are looking to pick up, like, at least one more decent block card. I actually wish it was a Shrug It Off, rather, but, I think we can take the Ghostly Armor. We have double 2 mana ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just about half the deck right now. If we actually take this, it would be half the deck. I think we take that. And I think we should go for an upgrade, right? We do have an elite here, but we have plenty of potions to work with. Clothesline, Spot Weakness, and probably Ghostly Armor, I would say, are the choices here. I'm not sure we actually need, like, the extra strength right away. I think Ghostly Armor... I'm sorry, Clothesline, getting the extra weak, though, is worth it. Because the extra strength doesn't really do a lot for us right now. Blood Vial to get some extra HP. Alright. Well... We're just going to put up block this turn. Yeah, we're not going to defend. Or not going to bash, rather. I just wanted to prevent as much damage, but also Flame Barrier is just like doing the work right there. Okay, so we actually can take them out. Or at least take out the guy in the back. I'm just not sure if I actually really want to commit to that. We're taking 7 damage if I do that because I get to shrug it off. I guess we shrug it off first. Yeah, it's still probably reasonable. Like, I would love to Reaper here, but we don't kill the guy in the back for that. And I do want to just, like, take one of these guys out. I think we'll have another opportunity to cast that, Reaper. So, I think we weaken you. Metallicized Ghostly Armor. It just doesn't feel good. That's why I was like hesitating to pass the turn. Like, we're still taking damage. We're still very anemic right now. Sure, we're never going to get a chance to go for that again, so. Because we're probably going to kill him before that actually comes back around. The best thing for me to do here is to Immolate and to Flame Barrier. So unfortunately, we're not going to get a chance to be able to go for that Reaper. Yeah, we're not. Unless I draw it here. We did not. That's okay. Another AoE. Like, Heavy Blade actually is a consideration, though. Since we do have Spot Weakness, and we also have Red Skull. We're going to be starting our next combat, actually, with Red Skull up. So, what's that? 23 damage for 2 mana. It's like Carnage levels. I feel like we already have like enough 2 mana things to do that like I don't really want another 2 mana thing. So I'm like, I guess like Cleave would be the other option. It's not very good against the champ though. That's the problem because he doesn't summon ads. It is already upgraded too, which is the reason why I'm actually thinking about this longer, because if it wasn't upgraded already, I would have just dropped it real quick. It is really good for Act 3. There is quite a few, although I feel like Act 2 has more ads than Act 3 does. I think we pass. We have plenty of AoE already. And let's go up this way so we get an extra campfire. Yeah. Snecko. Actually, this should be pretty good for us. This is actually a terrible turn, though. It's literally the only thing we can do. I might as well cast the Ghostly Armor. That was an awful turn. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That turn was fantastic, though. Yeah, that's better than probably this. Entrench. Is that worth it? I mean, we do have, like, Impervious. The problem is, like, it is already upgraded, too, so that is something to note. You know, it probably is reasonable enough to just take here. Like, we have Flameberry, Impervious, Ghostly Armor. I guess, worst case scenario, Shrug It Off and Iron Wave. And you never know, we could get offered an Entrench. We could. But also, like, it's fine by itself. It's like 1 mana to just double up our block, which, you know, an extra 1 mana to gain an additional 16 block, or an extra 30 block, or an extra 10 block here. Worst case is going to be 10 or 7 block. Because most likely we'll draw it, like, with a double defend turn or something. I think we actually take it here, just in case. It's fine. It's just more defensive stuff for us. So we have... This is an odd turn for us. I would like to spot weakness, be able to get some more strength, but I'm not sure that's relevant. And if I go for the Reaper, we're just going to lose all that health we're going to gain back anyways. I think we go for spot weakness. Defend. And either Immolate, or do we go for Reaper? Immolate would make it so this guy dies quicker, so I think that's reasonable enough to go for. Because, like, obviously we want this one dead too, but this one needs to take priority because he will start getting out of hand. Let's go for Shrug It Off and see where that leads us. I do want to set up the Metallicize, which then I guess we just go for Flame Barrier, Iron Wave. Seems fine. He dies to the attack to us. Feels like a giant waste for like armor that turn, but worse things have happened, I suppose. So we do have Entrench. So Entrench actually did some work there. Yeah. And we just want to make sure we take no damage here. I realize we're getting dazed, but we just need like one decent attack to be able to kill him. Kill her. Kill it. Kill they. Twin Strike. I wish you were upgraded because I would definitely take you in a heartbeat, but I don't really want to spend the time to upgrade that Twin Strike, though. We have some strength, so like it's a consideration to take it here. What are you doing down there? Excuse me, little kitty. Are you getting into trouble? I think you're getting into trouble. I think you should go find the box. The box is great for you. Yes, the box is over there. You have to go go get some nappies in. Gotta get that beauty sleep. Twin Strike. Twin Strike is reasonable. Not sure we actually need another one-man attack, though. We are looking to get rid of these strikes, though. And that would be a better upgrade to a strike. I think we take it. Just because we have the strength bonuses. 50 HP. We could probably take out this elite without resting here. It's a little bit of a gamble, but probably worthwhile. What do we go for an upgrade, though? We've gotten 0 value out of Reaper. This is so funny. It could have just been better as like another Immolate. That's crazy. We should have just taken the other Immolate. I feel like, though, it's going to get better later on because we're going to be having either some more mana or just more block or whatever it is. Like, this does really well in a barricade-style deck, so... Because, like, it takes a couple of turns to set up the barricade, so just regenerating back some of that health is very beneficial to you. But we're not really a barricade deck yet, so... for the champ, I think an upgraded Metallicize, upgraded Ghostly Armor would probably be the picks. I like Metallicize. Although we did just pick up an Entrench, so maybe like going for Ghostly Armor actually might just be better. Yeah, actually, for that reason alone, I think that's worth it. We could choose to go to a store or fight the elite. We don't really need to fight the elite. We'd rather just go for a better card or maybe a card removal here. What is this? At the start of your turn, gain 2 strength. All enemies gain +1 strength. We do not have a deck that's viable enough to be able to use that, so I don't think that's a pick. Master of Strategy is actually pretty decent. Drawing 3 cards, and I think this gets upgraded. No, it's just draw 4. I thought it was losing the exhaust. I was going to say, if that was losing the exhaust, then we would definitely take you in a heartbeat. I think it's just a card removal service. This is kind of crappy. We're not really looking for a lot more cards, so like question card is not really going to be helpful, just giving us an additional option to choose from. I think we just card removal here, and that's it. Like I could choose to drink my blood potion here and take another potion, which I would probably take like liquid bronze, I guess. Liquid bronze is actually helpful for... No, we're actually not going to... This was the act for the Stabby book, so it's not going to be good for this. So we already fought against Stabby book. The book of stabbing. It's probably still just better for us to pick up a potion, though. Let's be fair. Just one that's more beneficial to us right now. That way we don't have to rest here. We can just go for another upgrade. And I think we just go for the Metallicize. Spot weakness is definitely something that's on my list, though, to upgrade. But since we were kind of like lacking in the defensive department, it felt more beneficial for us to actually try to get more defense cards. Like, Bludgeon is great here, but we take so much damage. So, unfortunately, I don't think that's worth it. And I do think we go for this Heart. This would be the fight that we actually want the heart for, the heart of iron. It's too bad we're not going to draw the bludgeon now. I mean, yeah, we're just going to be defensive this turn, it looks like. It's unfortunate. Let's see what Shrug It Off has for us. Garbage. Okay. So far, so good, though. I don't really want to use this liquid bronze potion. I feel like it's going to be better in later fights, so I'm just going to wait for that. I actually do think we go for the Reaper here. Just to get it out of the deck, because we're never going to get a better opportunity to cast it, so. Attacking for 15. That is, like, enough block to make it worthwhile, so let's go for this. Pen Nib. Ooh, Bludgeon would be a great thing to show up here. Of course not. I'm not going to cast the Impervious, nor am I going to cast the Anger this turn. Because I think we can potentially try to get a Bludgeon. Or I'll take a Bash. Like, a Bash is fine, too. He's not attacking this turn, so yeah, we do have to put on some beats. Let's go. All set. Do your worst. Twin and Anger. He's still vulnerable for one more turn. I was going to say he's probably attacking that turn, but I guess not. We do have, like, the oh crap button in Distilled Potion, so I gotta keep that in mind, because he's gonna start hitting us real hard here. Clothesline is fantastic for us. And I think we just defend, yeah. Let's just try not to take too much damage. He's gonna go for one more big attack next turn. Wow, this is garbage. Thanks, Impervious, for showing up on the turns that matter. Okay, okay. Yes. We already have plenty of blocks, so I don't even need to entrench here. And we could set it up so that we have Pen Nib for next turn. Yeah, this is really good. Come on. Come on. This is just mean. I'm almost considering using the Distilled Potion. This is 74? We can survive. We don't have to use the Distilled Potion here. Yeah, we don't have to. Okay. Now we're drawing all the defensive cards. The problem is these burns are just filling up our deck. That's part of the reason. Yes. Demonform. That's a scaling card right there if I ever saw one. Which means now we can prioritize actually going for more strength enabling or strength bonus cards. Once they get value out of strength, like Pummel and Sword Boomerang potentially. I'm not sure if we're gonna take Sword Boomerang though. Pummel I would take because it does exhaust itself, but I think we take Demon Form, right? Like, it has to be. Ooh. Philosopher's Stone, huh? Or Choker. Choker is actually reasonable because we're never going to cast more than 6 cards in a turn. Unless we have, like, a crazy Anger turn. I think we end up going for the Choker. Because then even if, like we could still, like, double Anger in a turn as long as we have a 2-mana card to play. I think that's reasonable. I think the Ironclad does pretty well with the Choker. The only time I run into issues with it is honestly when I get, like, a bunch of battle trances and stuff like that to work with and seeing reds, which we don't have, like, any of those, so. All right. Who are we fighting? The Awakened One. Okay. Well, we have the option of fighting elites. Our deck is reasonable enough. I do want to be able to get to a store. Looks like the only stores that I have are early on. This path is starting to look like it might be the best one, because then we have the option of fighting this elite, but we don't have to. We can just carry on. And then from after fighting this elite or not, we have the choice of being able to go heal up here, being able to go heal up here, and we have a choice of another store if we want to, or just trying to get to the end. Like, the middle path looks like it's going to be the best one because it gives us the most options. Because then we also have, like, this path, too, that, you know, could just lead us down to the campfire. Whereas, like, if I take one of the ends, we basically are forced into an elite fight. We're forced into another elite fight. We could die, potentially, on the other elites. It's unlikely, but it'll definitely set us up, I feel like, to go down this path and, like, have to gain health rest here. So I don't really like this path because it like forces us into a rest if we actually do survive these elite fights. Whereas this one also same problem. We are forced into elite. One of them is a super elite. We finally get a rest after that, so we could rest up after this and then be able to go for an upgrade. But I just don't want to fight a super elite, especially on Act 3. If I can help it. Our deck's not that good. And it looks like on the other side, we would be forced into one elite fight on each of these sides. I mean, that's not terrible. I just want, like, the option to fight an elite. I don't want to be forced into fighting an elite. So I think either we go this way and just not take the shop early on so we can inevitably take the shop down at the end. Or... which we actually get 2 campfires to upgrade cards. So I actually do think we go for this early. Because we might early shop so that we have a chance to be able to upgrade. Okay. Where did we get the extra mana from? Oh, from Happy Little Flower. Okay, that's what it's from. That was a pretty garbage turn. This is not a good turn. Honestly thinking we should Distilled Chaos here. We don't have Sozu, so I don't have to like worry about losing that. So we have Demon Form in play. We're never going to get another chance, I feel like, to cast this. And that honestly saves us more HP than going for a defend anyways, so. Value. Let's go for the Shrug It. Get Impervious. Ugh. Filthy. We'll just take out the guy at the end. Alright. So this guy's come back to life. Let's see if we can get like an Immolate or something. Bludgeon actually is useful. Pennib actually is active on the next attack. Perfect. We get another Metallicize or a Pommel Strike. We're not really going to take an unupgraded Intimidate, nor do we like value zero casting cards right now because we actually do have Velvet Choker. I'm thinking Metallicize might be worthwhile though. Like drawing cards is great from Pommel Strike, but like I just like having a lot of Metallicizes, honestly. The more you get in play, the more safe you are. Interesting. So, do we have any powers to go with the orange pellets? I'm going to guess no. Actually, no, we have 2 Metallicizes. And we have Demon Form. That doesn't really count, though, because we're not going to be able to cast... we might be able to. We have 5 mana, actually. We could potentially cast an attack, a skill, and a... So orange pellets is actually reasonable. We're not going to be debuffed, though, by the Awakened one. I don't think... I don't think he does... Does he debuff? I don't know. I don't remember. I think he does because he doesn't put cards into our deck, like curses and statuses and stuff. I honestly forget. True Grit's also a pretty reasonable pickup. Potion Belt to be able to just get some extra potions for that last fight. And then Shaku actually gained it, giving us some extra energy too. And the funny thing is this also works with we have Pen Nib on 0 right now. So the card that we get double damage from is the card that we are also going to get extra energy from. That's pretty funny. I've almost never lined this up, so that's why it's hilarious to me. I think we just take Nunchaku and just card removal here. Like, I could be safe and get a fairy in a bottle instead of card removal service. We actually don't have very many attacks. We're very defensive right now. That's kind of crazy. I think we have more defense than we do actual attack cards. So maybe it's not worth it to go for that. We did just pick up that last Metallicize too, so... Like, Pommel Strike is a reasonable card, but I'm not sure we actually need it. I also would rather take it if it was upgraded, and I don't really want to spend the time upgrading it, because I would rather, like, upgrade Impervious for this fight, or Demon Form for this fight. Even, like, Shrug It Off is probably a better upgrade, I feel like. I think we take Nunchaku. Oh, I can't even go for the card removal service. Okay. So then it comes down to like Pommel Strike or Fairy in a Bottle. And I think I'm going to take Fairy in a Bottle for safety reasons. Oh, I should have taken the cheaper one. I literally just... Durr! Durr is right. Durr. Okay. So. I actually think we're going to get rid of this Reaper. It is the worst card in our deck. It is by far the worst card in this deck. And we only have 2 ways, 3... We technically have 3 ways now. But we're not taking enough damage for Red Skull to be, like, consistent. Nor do I actually really want it to be consistent. It's kind of like the oh crap button. It's not really what you want to be consistent at 50% HP. So... but we also get, like, a decent card, a decent reward out of this. So... We get max HP. Okay. Might as well take a peek at what we lost. Oh, nothing too bad, actually. Yeah, there's nothing really that bad. Like, Feather would have been great, but being able to gain additional 3 HP for every 5 cards in your deck every time you enter a rest site, you don't even have to rest. So basically, this prevents us from resting. That's actually kind of cool for this. I like this one a lot. It just prevents us from ever needing to rest and just lets us get the value out of being able to upgrade cards. That's why I like Eternal Feather. Picking up another Metallicize would have been cool, but we didn't really lose out on relics, at least, because you can only see the relics once, in case you're wondering. That's why I took a peek. And I think we still want to avoid elites. Huh. I mean, like, yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to take 5 damage here. You have Flame Barrier. I cannot kill you with that. I can kill you with this, though. Which I guess we go for this and go for this. So that we can just block the incoming attack that the Thorns damage. We're going to get nailed. Okay, we have Entrench and Immolates. Perfect. Carnage, Heavy Blade, Body Slam. We didn't pick up we picked up an Entrench. We didn't pick up the other card. So Body Slam I don't think is worth it. Entrench with Body Slam, though, is reasonable, especially since we have Impervious and Flame Barrier. But I feel like that's like a 1 to 2 trick pony. Like, you're only going to be able to really have those two things collide once or twice, maybe 3 times if you're lucky in a game. I don't really think we need any of these, honestly. Like, Heavy Blade is the only card that, like, I could see because we have a Demon Form now. So we do have, like, inevitability. I just don't think we need it. Our deck's already, like, good enough. Like, why gum it up with other stuff? Let's go for upgrade. Let's go for Demon Form. Although it's going to be just better against the boss, but right now it's probably not the best thing to upgrade. Okay, sure. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to go for the demon form. I think this is just better for us. We'll take 5 this turn. Ghostly armor. Do we want to keep you is the question. If I do, then I have to go for the immolate. We have Pendant active. You know, we can just get rid of it. It's not a big deal. All right, Nunchaku. Thank you, Nunchaku. Very helpful. Let's go for an anger since we're gonna probably draw the anger again. 21. I believe when he attacks, he will take the damage carried over for the following turn. Yeah, he does. Okay. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's sad. Ouch. This turn is very painful. Oh. 23 damage. Uh-oh. This turn also not looking so good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Oh. Well, we've figured out what our weakness is. I'm going to take a shrug it off here. So we're not fighting this elite. We are not fighting the elite. That's for sure. Yes, yes. And I think we just pass here. I didn't want to go for the bludgeon because he was already on a reasonable attack for us. Let's see what type of attack you got for us. 16. So we'll take 3 to set up the demon form. Okay. The demon form sets up inevitability for us, so we just have to like put up blocks forever and ever and ever. So we have 18, 22. He's attacking us for 27. 22 is 29. Yeah, we're just gonna play the waiting game. I don't think we want to attack him. We have 3 attacks, though. We could potentially set him into a better spot. I just feel like this is risky, but... Yeah, now he's on 18. 9. Okay. We're going to stay right there. Don't move. Don't move. 18. We can fully block this. We also get the other Metallicize in play, so I actually kind of like this. I'm just inevitably trying to wait until we can just like TKO him or just one turn kill OTK. Is that this turn? I don't think so, but we do want to attack him regardless. This is going to deal 103 damage. Yes, it will. We have Pendant active, that's why. Attack potion is better than a strength potion. Uppercut. Uppercut applying weak actually is really powerful for us. Okay, let's go for it. Peace pipe. A little too late for that. We do really need to heal. We get 2 options going this way. We have the store, but the store is not going to do anything for us. It'll get us a potion, which is probably better than just like the attack potion that we have. And also just prevents us from going through another combat so we can get to this elite. Or get to this boss, rather. I think we go for this. We have Regal Pillow, too. I actually forgot we had Regal Pillow. That's funny. Alright, well, we have a combat, so maybe we get some extra gold out of this. Let's go for you. Let's go for you. And I actually think we're going to go for the Metallicize over the Immolate here. Entrench makes it so we take no damage here. I can also go for a bash to get more vulnerable on him. Awesome. Let's go for it. All right. Unfortunately, he will have a huge attack, which I think is coming up next turn. Now we have inevitability, so that's really helpful. But I do think that he's going to be just slamming us next turn. 24. Actually, it's not that bad. I think it's because of the weaken, though, that's the reason why it's not so bad right now. He will start hitting us really hard, though. So what we have? 23. So we need one more of those. Doesn't matter because we're just going to cast everything. We actually got up to 6 cards there. Holy crap. Yeah, uppercut. Yes. Immolate. Please. Thank you. Awesome. Armaments. Sorry, buddy. You're a little too late to the party. Also, Flex doesn't really work with this deck because the only thing we have to take advantage of it is like the Twin Strike. Potentially the Immolates, too. The Immolate. There's only one in this deck this time. This time. We already got Demon Form, so I think we just pass. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Let's just go for an upgrade here. Impervious for the one time, or do we go for the spot weakness, actually? Because it actually does make sense to go for spot weakness against him. I could see, like, Shrug It Off. I'm not sure, like, the one extra strength you get out of this is really worth it. We already have, like, Demon Form anyways. Like, Demon Form is just going to be a better card to use than spot weakness. Spot weakness is just, like, a little extra. I'm thinking, like, Shrug It Off Impervious might just be better. Because, like, yeah, we don't need the extra 1 strength. But the extra, like, 3 block from Shrug It Off or the extra 10 block from Impervious is reasonable. And I think we're going to go with Shrug It Off here. Because we're going to cast that card almost every time we draw it. 75 gold. See if we can buy anything reasonable. We could take the Heavy Blade. It keeps offering it to us. Could take another Shrug It Off. We could take, is that 15 health? Is that right? 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that is actually 15 health. Wow. That is 15 health. None of these really impress me. I could see like Dropkick since we just picked up Uppercut. So now we have double. We have Bash. And we have Uppercut. I just don't think this is like worth filling out our deck with, though. Like extra 5 damage, eh. Heavy Blade's the only card that I'm like excited about if we do take it here. And I do think we do because we could potentially like 1-turn kill the second form with Demon Form. So I think we do just take that for that reason alone. Remove a card. Goodbye. And we get an upgrade. Let's go for a Heavy Blade, probably. That sounds way better than a spot weakness since we already have the Demon Form. If we didn't have the Demon Form, I would upgrade the spot weakness. In case you're wondering. Let's go for Shrug It. I do want to cast the Metallicize. 29 damage. It's probably better than actually going for a Bash here. I actually get to use these potions too. I just forgot. I could have used that this turn. So I missed out on 3 damage on my opponent. I think I actually want to use this now. Or we could save that for when he goes into final form. I think we save it for final form. So thankfully this does kill you. Oh, I should wait. This could have just an Immolate. Yeah. Do we just go for another Metallicize? Is this the Impervious turn? Doesn't feel very good. I don't think it is the Impervious turn. We have 19, 24, so we're going to take 6 damage. Seems fine. I think we do have to go pop the attack potion here, though, to make sure, to see if we can find a way to kill this. We have 3 strength currently, so this deals 20. It's not enough to kill. This will only deal 9, so 29 damage. Blood for blood actually is reasonable, though. This just gets exhausted immediately, so it doesn't actually do anything for us right now. Whereas Blood for Blood's actually going to be reasonable for the remainder of this. I have to cast the Demon Form. And I guess we go for double defend. We're eating a lot of damage, though, that's for sure. Thankfully, we do have the Fairy in a Bottle, like as the oh crap button here, but I don't feel very good about this so far. So we're like needing to probably Flame Barrier this turn. What's the? We need to kill off this this cultist. So it looks like Uppercut is probably the best thing for us. Is it worth it to put the vulnerable on him though? I think we clothesline him actually. Then we uppercut. And we have 16 block, which is enough because we're actually going to get rid of this ghostly armor. That's unfortunate. The ghostly armor would have been very helpful, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right. 7 block, which is 14 block. Which means I screwed that up because I could have had it. So that way Pen Nib actually dealt him the extra damage. Stupido. Stupido, stupido, stupido. So let's see. We have 19, which will be 24. So yeah, we don't go for the impervious just yet. Spot weakness. Man, that's too bad. It does kill him. But the problem is he goes into his final form. Do we have any good cards for his final form? We have Uppercut, Clothesline, and Bludgeon. It's too bad. We actually really wanted this for his final form. Do we wait then? So that way it gets shuffled back. I think we can wait one more turn. We want a chance of being able to find that heavy blade, so that's why. Unfortunately, I think we have to end him here, which we don't have the best cards in our deck currently. We do want Uppercut and Bludgeon, or at least one of those two, in the deck. Because we can't put up enough to block this turn to be able to prevent us from dying. So I suppose we'll just play a Shrug It Off. $48 damage. Oh my god. That's so much damage. I think... Oh no, I think we actually want Uppercut more than we want Bludgeon in our deck. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because we're gonna shuffle all of it anyways in just a second. So that, like, what I was thinking about was irrelevant. I was thinking we're going to be able to shuffle all those in. Heavy Blade for 149 damage. I think we take the beats because this just deals so much damage to him. All right. We need 83. We have 27. We have 30 strength. Oh my god. Yes. That was just ridiculous. Oh, that was stupid. Thank you, Demon Form, for making that fun. Oh, that was great. That was great. So Ascension mode 6 unlocked. Awesome. An hour and 2 minutes. You know, 3 minutes. It's okay. Trying to keep it under an hour, but I think an hour and 3 minutes is fine. We're close enough. I guess if I can keep it under an hour and 10, then I'll be happy. So yeah, that went pretty well. We the last couple of choices for like our pathing, I felt like mattered quite a lot because we would have taken extra damage if we went down any paths or hallway fights or stuff like that. So like choosing to just avoid fights for the last like three or four areas we went to was, I think, what actually ended up making sure we were able to kill him without any troubles. And we had the Fairy in a Bottle just in case, you know, anything went wrong. And I felt like, you know, waiting turns and stuff like that was beneficial, especially with, you know, just waiting for the inevitability of Demon Form to just give us enough strength to be able to just kill him was very important for that game. And just preserving our life total, so that way eventually the demon form will just, you know, kill him. Which you just saw was exactly what happened. That's what happens with a lot of runs with demon form, is as long as you can set it up and be able to just not take a bajillion damage on the turn you set it up, you literally will just run into like stuff like that. The same scenarios that we just had were at least very similar. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was a ton of fun. Are we allowed to look at the deck? I'm not sure if it... Oh, it does let us. So let's see. I mean, Demon Form is definitely the MVP of this. That's for sure. The fact that we also just like... The Entrench did some work. We had a couple of turns where being able to get that extra block in was pretty reasonable. We didn't really find a turn for Impervious, but that's not like Impervious's fault. That's just like we drew it on the worst turns we potentially could have had it, and that's just like RNG. That's not like Impervious's fault by any means. Like Impervious like prevents an entire turn. It's just like a 2-mana fog. So in Magic, that's a 1-mana card that prevents all combat damage dealt that turn. And that's kind of like what Impervious does. It's just a 2-mana version of that. And when we had what, 5 mana to work with? Is that right? 5 mana to work with. Like 2 mana, spending 2 mana is not that bad for like a fog for us, because we can do a lot with 3 mana, like a bludgeon, an immolate plus something else, a bash plus something else. You know, being able to even set up like demon form, like this is a really good combo. So yeah, there's a lot of like really cool synergies I feel like in this deck, and I'm glad that we were able to squeak out the win. That heavy blade at the end was pretty clutch, I gotta say. It worked out great because we were trying to use it so that way it just like it didn't turn into an OTK, a 1-turn kill. But like it basically just made it so that we could set it up on the following turn and just kill him because of the demon form. So it almost served as an OTK. It was a TTK, a 2-turn kill. I don't know. But yeah, this was actually a ton of fun. Like there's a lot of like reasonable cards in here, so this is kind of like what you're looking for whenever you're trying to defeat, you know, just basic bosses or up to Act 3, I guess. And even against like the Heart, I feel like we would actually do pretty decent. If we had the Barricade to go with this, we definitely would be phenomenal. We would definitely win that game. And then we'd have to pick up, you know, 1 Body Slam, so which we had the option to pick up 2 Body Slams, and we just didn't take it early on. So like if we were looking to defeat the Heart, this is actually like really close to the deck that we'd be looking for to defeat the Heart. So keep that in mind when you're actually building your strategies. Yeah. So yeah, without further ado, if you liked this content, please leave a like. It does truly help out the channel and also this video. It just gets into more eyeballs, and if you feel like you got some value out of it, you know, taking that 3 seconds to just hit the like button truly means a lot to me, or just leaving a comment down below. You know, you could be an overachiever and do all the above and subscribe to the channel, you know? I have to do the selfless pitching because it's the only way to grow the channel. So thank you guys for sticking through. Appreciate everybody watching. It's been a lot of fun to record these videos, and I'm looking forward to recording more because we're getting closer to Ascension 20 on these, and getting up to Ascension 20 is going to be difficult. We're going to start running into some difficulties once we hit like Ascension, like probably 15. That's usually when I start hitting the wall and I start dying more frequently, probably because I'm taking too many risks and stuff. So I'm going to try not to take too many risks when I do play a past Ascension 15. Because I do think we took some gambles in this one that we didn't need to take, but I also avoided some too. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you do something positive today. Go do something like to going for a walk, or eating something slightly healthier, or you know, starting to come up with a new plan for yourself. Just try to do something to spend, you know, 10-15 minutes or whatever to go at least move yourself forward. And who knows, maybe it snowballs into something that you'll actually enjoy spending the time, or you just lose track of time because you're doing something that you don't even realize is actually helping you move forward, and maybe it's something you enjoy. If it's a project you're working on, then you know, I lose time all the time whenever I'm working on a project like this in particular. But I have some other things in the chamber that I'm working on too, and I'm waiting for shipments to arrive so that way I can actually start working on it and recording things. But I will let you guys know when that stuff does come up, and I'll be able to share some more information once I'm able to establish those videos and establish that it's going to be on a separate channel, because it's not going to probably go on this one, because this one is mostly just going to be my gaming channel, and I want to make sure that I keep them separate because the other one is not gaming. It is other things. It is I can't really share too much information right now, but it is fun. It is a lot of fun to watch. So at least the idea that I have. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have a great day. Good luck and grind on, everyone.